Mask of Tutankhamun, discovered in 1922 inside the tomb of the young pharaoh Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings, Egypt. This mask dates to approximately 1323 BCE. Crafted from solid gold and inlaid with lapis lazuli, quartz, obsidian, and colored glass, it weighs over 10 kilograms. It was placed directly over the mummified face of the king to protect his identity in the afterlife. The mask carries inscriptions from the Book of the Dead, intended to guide Tutankhamun safely through the underworld. What remains remarkable is the extraordinary level of craftsmanship achieved over 3,000 years ago and the near-perfect condition in which it survived. Mask of Agamemnon, unearthed at Mycenae, Greece in 1876 by archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann. This hammered gold funeral mask dates to around 1550 to 1500 BCE. Schliemann famously believed it belonged to the legendary king Agamemnon of the Trojan War, though modern scholars place it several centuries before that era. The mask was found covering the face of a buried warrior in a royal shaft grave. Its detailed facial features, a full beard, closed eyes, and calm expression suggest it was individualized for a specific person. Whether it truly depicts a historical ruler remains unresolved, making it one of the most debated artifacts in classical archaeology. Teotihuacan stone masks. Hundreds of stone masks have been recovered from Teotihuacan, the great ancient city northeast of modern Mexico City, dating between 100 BCE and 550 CE. Carved primarily from greenstone, onyx, and serpentine, these masks share a remarkably uniform style: flat faces, wide eyes, and neutral expressions. Unusually, very few were found inside excavated tombs with confirmed context. Many appeared in elite burials or as offerings in temple structures. Scholars believe they were placed on bundled funerary packages rather than worn on living faces. Their standardized appearance suggests a deliberate ideology, possibly representing ancestors, deities, or a sacred ideal of the human form. Palenque jade mask of Pakal, discovered in 1952 within the Temple of the Inscriptions at Palenque, Mexico. This mosaic jade funeral mask covered the face of the Maya ruler Kinich Janab Pakal, who died around 683 CE. Assembled from over 200 individually shaped jade pieces with shell and obsidian eyes, the mask was part of an elaborate burial inside a sealed stone sarcophagus. Jade held deep symbolic value in Maya culture, associated with life, rebirth, and rulership. The mask was designed to transform Pakal into the maize god in the afterlife. It remains one of the finest examples of Maya craftsmanship ever found. Roman cavalry parade masks, Roman iron, and bronze cavalry masks have been found across former Roman frontier zones, including sites in Britain, Germany, the Netherlands, and the Middle East, dating from the 1st to 3rd centuries CE. These full-face helmets with attached masks depicted idealized human faces, sometimes with feminine features even on male cavalry equipment. They were not used in combat but in military tournament exercises called hippica gymnasia, where mounted soldiers performed complex drills. Their polished, theatrical appearance was meant to impress and intimidate. Several well-preserved examples, including the Ribchester helmet from England, reveal just how sophisticated Roman military ceremonial culture truly was. Ancient Greek theater masks were used in dramatic performances from at least the 5th century BCE, associated with festivals honoring the god Dionysus in Athens. Made from perishable materials, linen, cork, or wood, none of the original masks have survived. Their appearance is known through ceramic paintings, sculptures, and written descriptions. Masks represented fixed character types: tragic heroes, comic figures, gods, and slaves. They served a practical function as well, amplifying the actor's voice in large open-air theaters. Each mask's expression was exaggerated enough to be read from a distance by thousands of spectators. Their influence on theatrical tradition extended across centuries and continents. Egyptian cartonnage mummy masks beyond Tutankhamun's gold mask, ancient Egypt produced thousands of mummy masks for ordinary citizens, spanning from the Middle Kingdom period around 2000 BCE through the Roman era. These were made from cartonnage, layers of linen or papyrus stiffened with plaster and painted, and placed over the head and chest of the wrapped mummy. The painted features idealized the deceased, often showing them youthful and healthy regardless of their actual age at death. Some masks included gilding to reflect the golden flesh of the gods. They were believed to protect the body and help the soul recognize its own form during the journey through the afterlife. Olmec masks the Olmec civilization of Mexico's Gulf Coast, flourishing between 1500 and 400 BCE, produced some of the earliest known stone masks in Mesoamerica. Carved from jade, serpentine, and other precious greenstones, these masks display a distinctive style: downturned mouths, flat broad noses, and almond-shaped eyes, often combining human and jaguar features. The jaguar was the most powerful symbol in Olmec religion, associated with rain, earth, and rulership. Whether these masks were worn in ceremonies, placed on the dead, or used as offerings is still debated. Their widespread appearance across distant sites suggests a shared religious system stretching across early Mesoamerica. Sanxingdui bronze masks excavated from ritual pits at Sanxingdui in Sichuan, China, first discovered in 1986, and with new pits opened as recently as 2021. These extraordinary bronze masks date to roughly 1200 to 1000 BCE. They belong to a civilization entirely unknown from Chinese historical texts. The masks are unlike anything found elsewhere in ancient China: enormous protruding eyes, wide angular ears, and faces up to 1 meter across. The largest example weighs over 100 kilograms. Scholars believe they represented supernatural beings or divine ancestors worshipped by the ancient Shu people. The civilization that created them vanished without explanation, leaving the masks as their most powerful surviving testimony. Japanese gigaku and bugaku, mask Japan's oldest surviving performance masks, date to the 7th and 8th centuries CE, introduced through cultural exchange with China and Korea. Gigaku masks, used in Buddhist temple processions, are the earliest recorded type, carved from wood and painted, often depicting foreign or mythological figures with exaggerated features. Bugaku masks followed, used in formal court dance performances, and are still preserved and occasionally performed today. Hundreds of original examples survive in temple and imperial collections, making Japan's ancient mask tradition one of the best documented in the world. These masks reflect how religious and artistic influence traveled along the Silk Road into the Japanese archipelago. Mycenaean electrum masks alongside the more famous gold Mask of Agamemnon. Schliemann's 1876 excavations at Mycenae uncovered additional funeral masks made from electrum, a natural alloy of gold and silver. These were found in the same royal shaft graves, covering the faces of elite Mycenaean warriors dating to approximately 1600 to 1500 BCE. While